minutes.
Is this? Okay, give me a little microphone check, will
In
you?
the world where Andrew knows how to do his fucking job, movies can get made.
I cannot finish a project.
Buildings can
I can start a lot. I can think about them.
Buildings are unfinished. Dams flow with rivers of 1,000 oceans.
Dams flow with rivers. That's what I want my new novel to be.
A dam flows through it, starring Andrew.
A dam flows with rivers, starring Andrew.
Oh,
All right.
good evening.
Good evening.
What's up, William?
How's it going?
Wait.
Well,
William.
you said what's up. I can't say how's it going. I'm doing well. How are you?
Sick.
Sick.
William, what do you call this location?
I call this the bridge that goes over the street under Rosewood.
Good evening from the bridge that goes over the street on Rosewood. Good evening from the bridge
building-
that goes
the street
under
that goes
the
under
street,
the bridge that goes over
under the
Rosewood.
bridge that goes under
That's
Rosewood.
it, yeah.
Cole, you do it in one try right now.
Hold on, we're getting audio hiss again. We're gonna try to fix this. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
3. Fuck. What is it?
We're good,
One,
yep.
2.
Crossing of the
I think
wires.
it's the crossing of the wires.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Is that just from Ghostbusters?
Crossing of the wires.
Yeah.
That's
That's the streams.
I don't know if it's from Ghostbusters. I'm not that old.
Or maybe it's
William.
Ocean's 11. I don't know.
Ocean's 11.
Or 12.
or 13,
I really
or
like
14.
Ocean's 11.
where
honestly.
Angelina Jolie plays herself and a character.
No, not Angelina Jolie, dude. It's fucking Pretty Woman.
What?
What's her name again? From the movie Pretty Woman.
Julia
She's
Roberts.
also a Pretty Woman. Yes,
Julia
Julia
Roberts?
Roberts. Yes. Yeah,
Is
she
it-
plays
yes.
herself and plays a character
Oh,
because she looks like Julia Roberts. You know, I went on a binge.
that was one
Yeah.
of the dumbest things I've ever seen in a movie. I think.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty. When I was 12, I was like,
didn't know
"That's actually pretty cool." And then I watched it again, maybe like a year ago, and I was like, "This sucks."
Are you talking about
Yeah.
12 or 11 now?
I think 13.
13, I think.
13's the one
The
with
The one with the egg.
Yeah. Did you watch the new one? Isn't there a new one?
Yeah, the one with
Maybe, I
the
haven't seen it.
Ocean's 7.
Ocean's. I think it's
Eight?
Ocean's 8.
8?
The all-female cast one.
I
I-
have not seen that.
I did not see
I
that
kinda
one.
wanted to,
I didn't see it
but
either.
it probably sucks.
I mean, like it's a
Not
well, if 12 sucked
yeah,
and 13
that's what I'm
sucked,
saying.
Yeah, the
and
reboot.
so 7 I was like, you lost me. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you lost me.
I don't know. I heard some good things about the new one.
I watched the CinemaSins for it, and I was kind of
Oh.
glad I did.
Are they still doing
Are
CinemaSins?
you kidding me, dude? Every goddamn
That is
week.
that's crazy to me. I watched
don't know
CinemaSins in like 2012.
Yeah.
What is Cinema Sins?
So CinemaSins.
Cinema Sins.
not cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Cinema Sins.
Do you still watch
CinemaSins.
CinemaSins?
I avidly watch CinemaSins to this day.
That's chaotic that
Yeah.
that still exists.
And Honest
CinemaSins.
Trailers.
Yeah.
Those are my two.
Wow, dude. That's crazy.
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize those were still around. CinemaSins.
Tell me.
It's a very harsh, and not very
It's like
constructive.
yeah, if anyone
review
takes it
of movies.
seriously, then you're missing the point.
Yeah.
The joke is that there's this really anal dude who's like sinning movies for the most ridiculous of things. He's nitpicking
I
Yeah.
see.
to a hilarious extent. Yeah.
But he used to put out like 3 videos a week,
Mhm.
and
He's
he's been
still
going
doing
since 2012.
yeah, he's growing. He's aging. Like he's like a different
You're watching
person.
him grow up.
Yeah,
You're watching him die.
You're watching this man
How many
Die.
how many subscribers does he have at this point?
like hundreds of over 100,000, like probably hundreds of thousands, I would imagine.
Wow.
That
Damn.
might be like, I don't know. It could be millions for all I know. Like he has a big fan base. Because I mean, imagine like if that's what he does, and he's
Yeah.
just been and it works, and he's been doing it consistently for the past like 10 years or whatever. Like
Why not?
Good for him. I mean-
exactly. Yeah, I'm like, go. My dad
Yeah.
used to get really pissed off watching them because he'd be like, "That's not fair. You can't get mad at a movie for that." I'm like, Dad, it's a joke.
That's the point.
It's a, yeah.
He's there to trigger your dad.
Yeah, he's there. Yeah.
I would do it forever.
Well,
All the
dude,
dads got mad.
William, thank you for showing us this
Thank
place.
you
This is
so
awesome.
much for having me.
Yeah, yeah.
This is like one of my favorite places in Austin because it's peaceful and there's lots of people and like lots of cars, but it's also kind of calm, which I like.
Yeah.
And it's not terribly hot because there's a nice bridge covering it and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's cool. I like it.
So you grew up not around here, but in Austin, right?
Yeah, I grew up in like kind of near Koenig and Lamar in this neighborhood, Brentwood.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a decent neighborhood. Yeah.
When's
I
the
got lucky.
first time you found this place?
This place, well, I moved to East Austin when I graduated from high school.
Right.
And I moved to my buddy Till, his mom had a house on 30th and a half, and I moved into this like shack in their backyard.
That was one of the coolest places.
It felt like I was glamping for a long time. And also it's like you're not in your mom's house anymore, so you're like
you're in your friend's mom's house.
like,
Yeah,
oh my,
you-
yeah, I was like,
okay.
and
Yeah.
she was a baker, so she would be like, William, I made she was German. She'd be like, William, I made cookies, and I'd be like, oh my God, thank you, Pascal. Oh my God. And I got like fat. It was really nice.
I liked that place. You had like that little loft area.
Yeah,
and-
I had a loft.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
It was the perfect like 1-bedroom place. Except I don't think you had an oven.
I didn't
or
have running
a
water,
bathroom.
and if I
Yeah.
let's
You didn't
say
have
I-
water
I
at
didn't
all?
have running water in
Well,
there.
you- didn't you have like a little?
I had a
like, hose?
5-gallon jug
Oh,
that
that's
you
right.
put upside down.
I
In
mean,
a,
that'll run for a little bit.
Yeah. If you ran the air conditioning and the electric stove at the same time, the breaker would flip and everything would just turn off.
Oh, yeah. The no bathroom in your permanent residence.
Yeah,
thing
that was
is
kind of a
not-
deal breaker at the end of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So did you have a key to the main house, or was it just open?
Yeah, I
in
had a
the
key.
back?
So like the main house was kind of separated. The back door led to this kind of studio where she had her baking studio and a bathroom with a shower in it.
Oh, cool.
And so that was my bathroom and shower, and I could use it like as long as she didn't have a class, I could use it whenever I wanted, and I had a key. So it was like it was
Oh.
glamping, but for like an 18-year-old who was paying like $450 a month
Hey.
flat. I was like,
In Austin,
I don't
that's
care.
about
My dad was like, that's
impossible.
weird, and I
Yeah.
was like, I'm paying $450 a month. I will take it.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, I got lucky. And then me and Bailey, my girlfriend Bailey, we moved into a house.
Oh, congratulations! I
Thank
didn't know that.
yes. Yes. So, well, first, me and my buddy Jacob moved into this house, and then he moved into a house with his girlfriend, and then my girlfriend Bailey moved into my house.
Okay.
Now, me and Bailey have been living there for a
Your
long
girlfriend
time.
Bailey, good musician.
Yes,
fantastic
she is a
musician,
fantastic
yeah.
musician. If you
Plug it.
I'll
Plug it
plug
right
it
now.
right now.
Plug it.
Plug it right
Bay
now.
Stewart, Spotify, BAYSTEWART on Spotify.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah,
We're doing
she's
plugs in
really
the
good.
daylight?
We gotta hire you to read our ads. from
Yeah.
now on.
Yo, speaking of ads, let's get
Yeah.
a shout out right
Shout
now.
out Griffin.
Missing dog, Griffin, male chocolate lab. He is scared and will run. Do not chase. Do not chase or call. It says do not chase or call
Yeah.
too.
So we found
call
Griffin,
too.
but we're
Gotcha.
not allowed to call.
We're not allowed to
so
call. So
Griffin's
I
still
hope you
gonna,
hear
he's
this
gonna be
video
scared.
cast.
Share it on social media, folks.
Yeah, but anyways, Griffin traveled 50 plus miles. I don't know what that means.
We don't know
exactly.
where he traveled, when he traveled.
or how they know if he traveled that far.
Did they see it, or did they move and he like did that whole the dog, like they abandoned the dog and it followed them 50 miles to their new home? Like,
Why did they
Yeah.
pick a photo of this dog where he looks scared?
Because that's exactly what you're gonna see.
Because
out in
that's
the wild.
exactly what you're gonna see in the
That's
wild.
exactly what.
Why
you're
do they
gonna see.
have that photo of their
I
dog
don't know.
looking scared?
I don't know who saved that photo.
Yeah. Usually,
That's
when
the
you
better
take,
question.
if you take a photo of your dog, you're like, my dog looks scared.
Look
You
at
usually
this.
delete that photo, right?
Yeah.
Please share this on social media. So if you see Griffin, take a picture of him and just tag him on Instagram.
Yeah.
And just right, I'm not calling. I'm just making a post.
Just tag it.
Don't get mad at me.
Shout out to Griffin, the
Shout out
neighborhood
Griffin.
dog.
Damn. So
I hope he
That-
makes it back.
yeah, that sign was in the dirt.
I run here a lot, and I've seen this sign for months. So
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sure he's doing just fine.
I hope this is just a relic and Griffin has made it back, but
Yeah.
who knows?
Who knows? So
Who knows?
how far can you run, William?
Oh,
I like this line of questioning. How strong are you, William?
well,
William, physically, what are your abilities?
let's put it this way, okay?
Let's get your stats.
Griffin
now. What do
ain't
you-
got
what can
shit
you
on
do?
me,
Okay.
dude.
He can travel 50 plus miles.
50. Can you travel 50 plus miles?
Yes. All at once? Maybe not. Over a period of a few weeks? Definitely.
Yeah. If I took away your phone, keys, wallet,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and your friends,
Okay.
And your friends. Jesus.
Do you think you could make? How long do you think it'd take you to make 50 plus miles? You don't have water. You don't have food.
50. Well, 50. You would die. I think.
No.
How long is it?
We've taken away all of your resources.
Yeah.
You have to make $50 and travel 50 miles.
Oh. Okay.
Or you could just walk to, let's say, Round Rock
actually,
and then rob a gas station.
You know,
or
I
go in
can
a dumpster.
I can panhandle. You know, I can ham bone for money.
So
Would you like
how
to
long
show
do you
us?
think, How long do you think it'd take you?
I'd like you to
Ham
show
bone?
us.
If I'm ham boning,
Hold on.
How
No, put your
long
mic
is
down.
give me
Hold on.
5
We're-
minutes,
no, we're
and
gonna-
I got $50.
We got double mic. Let's hit that ham bone.
The ham bone.
Knuckle crack.
Oh!
Knuckle crack.
Damn, let's go triple mic. How much you think that's
That's
gonna make you?
worth $50 for sure. $3.
15 minutes.
Okay, so
do math,
you're doing that. I'm guessing on 35, right? So
The cops pull up.
Yeah.
The police station is 50 miles away.
That's how you get the 50 miles.
wait. So, okay, that's your plan. How long is it gonna take you to get 50 plus miles
50 plus miles, probably
with hand boning?
2 hours.
2 hours.
You think you make 50 plus miles
Yeah,
in 2 hours?
Because the car ride is going to be an hour, but the hour before that,
you're gonna ham bone and make enough money in 1 hour.
I don't even think I need money, dude. I just I'll ham bone. Someone's gonna pull over, ask me if I'm doing okay.
Right.
To be like, do you
If
need
you're
help?
ham boning, no one's gonna talk to you.
They're gonna be like, do you need assistance? And I
You
will
go,
say,
yes, drive
yes.
me 50 plus miles.
Doesn't matter where. Just I need to go. My Fitbit says I need to go 50 miles.
You don't have a Fitbit. We took it away.
Yeah, we took it
Okay.
away. Remember?
The sun, I can tell it by the sun.
If you start mentioning the sun, the stars,
Yeah.
astrology to the people in the car,
I don't know. In Austin, you might get
In
away with
Austin,
it.
might get
I could
hooked
just
up
hold a
100
sign
plus
that says
miles.
I'm a Scorpio, and someone will pick. Actually, no, I don't
I
think
think
they pick
you-
up Scorpios.
maybe Aquarius.
If I said I was a no, not
What's
a
the good
Pisces.
ones?
I don't
think
know.
Aquarius, maybe?
I'm Pisces. That's probably
I don't
good,
think there
right?
are any good ones. I have this friend named Gabe who literally whenever he meets someone he doesn't like, he goes, "Ugh, they're a Pisces. What a bitch." And I'm like,
hurts my
like,
feelings, dude.
Are you a Pisces?
Yes, I'm a Pisces.
Yo, Bailey's a Pisces.
That's dope.
Wow, guys.
Probably why you're dating
That's
her, right?
fucking crazy that you're both born in the same month. I can't believe it.
But we're
Okay,
like
wow.
exactly the same,
This
right?
guy, look who's going to hell, huh?
No fucking way that you're the same sign. There's only 12 options.
Whatever.
Damn, that sucks.
I'm sorry, folks.
Well,
Astrology's
sorry,
fake
Gabe.
as fuck.
I'm into the idea of people being into it.
Okay.
It's fun to shit on someone because they were born in like January.
Shit on people that are born in January.
January people fucking suck, dude.
No, I think what we should do is judge when people are born, but not because of like what they are, but what their parents' choices were. So if you were born in what's like,
What does that mean?
no, like when did your parents fuck? Basically.
Oh,
So
well-
I just talked about this for some reason the other day.
Did you?
Oh, it's funny you should mention
They
this.
fucked
My
last night.
parents
They
were
called
fucking.
me. Just kidding.
Okay.
So I'm the 7th of March. My dad's birthday is December 2nd.
Uh-oh.
So I
See,
think
this is what we need to talk about.
Okay,
I mean,
I am-
Stop
so it's
talking
either my dad's
about-
birthday or Christmas.
I am
right?
I'm like 9 months after Valentine's Day. And I figured that out because
Okay.
I was like back in high school and I was making fun of people who were born 9 months after Valentine's Day.
When are you born?
November.
Okay,
And I
I'm
was like,
born
yeah, what is that?
October,
It's like February,
so-
March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November.
Uh-oh.
Oh. And I'm like midway through November, I was just like, oh
It's
god.
Valentine's
damn
Day,
it.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense because my parents were together. I think like 4 years.
Sorry,
5
that's not
years
funny. I don't know.
before.
Yeah, you have sex on the 4th birthday.
So they either
birthday
waited
of
that
Equinox.
long, which is super cool, or they were like, let's hit it raw for the special occasion. I think the birthday theory definitely makes
Do your
sense.
parents watch the show? Because my parents watch the show.
What if they're
No, my
consciously
parents
like, you know
haven't,
what?
But
we
I
could use
also
a Pisces.
don't think my mom's gonna know what raw means, so we're gonna be okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry, your mom's gonna what?
She doesn't know what raw means.
Oh,
Ah,
well, For those watching and listening, raw means
She definitely knows, but she doesn't, you know what I mean?
she doesn't know that she knows. I'm sorry. We should.
Yeah, let's
Anyways.
get away from
Let's
that.
get away from that.
Andrew's mom. I'm sure she's very
super
nice.
Cool. Yeah, she's really nice.
But listen, guys, instead of talking about when people are born, talk about when their parents had sex and
Yeah.
judge them based off of that.
Wait, so what's yours then?
October. So what would that put me at? Like February? January, February.
January.
It seems like a
January.
one-off. My parents were pretty young, though. My mom was 21.
So you think they were just going at it?
I mean, they were
all the
married.
time?
They were married already, but yes, probably. They were married.
Do you want to call them right now?
And say, no, I don't.
Is that
wanna
what they
call them.
told you? They told you that they were married? Is that what they said?
I mean, that's
That's the story?
The photos show me.
The photos.
Yeah. They've constructed a full life around me. I
don't know, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you say so.
They have.
Yeah. Joke's on you. Your parents were actually divorced and hid it from you.
That's messed up. Yo,
Is that
up,
what
bro.
you're saying to me?
Is that what you
are
think
those
I'm saying?
luggages
No, I don't know.
or frisbee golf bags? What's
Those
going on
are
over there?
just some dudes who are gonna pound some brews at the local parking lot. I don't know.
Okay.
Can't really tell.
I'm gonna
can't
check
really
the
tell
chat
either.
real quick.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Well, while Andrew's doing that.
Yeah. What's up, dude?
Oh, let me think. My
I haven't
grandma.
seen you in a long time.
I know.
I've missed you, dude.
I know. It's like we always every time we're talking about doing a shoot, we're like, and we gotta have Colt.
Yeah.
We gotta have Colt.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I'm usually, I am bad at making my calendar available for people.
I'm starting to understand the whole like adults. Like I heard some joke. I don't remember from what goddamn comedian, but he was like, when you're an adult, your friend goes, "Hey, can you hang out on Wednesday?" And you're like, "Nope." And it's like, "Okay, I guess I'll never see you again." So that's kind of my life now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think the pandemic more than anything has ruined that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just like the casual hang.
Yeah.
I think it's starting to come back a little bit though.
It is. You know, I don't have like many friends who can do the casual hang.
Yeah.
And like one of my buddies, Max, like whenever we do hang, it just turns into a Wrong Brother Productions meeting.
Yeah. Do you find it hard to? And I'd love to when Andrew gets back in here. We should talk about
You're
this
gonna
more
say
too.
separate life from work?
No. Have friends that aren't like freelancers.
Oh, like friends that aren't?
Yeah.
No, actually, I mean,
Because I find that I find it hard to align my schedules to be around
yes.
people that aren't also freelance.
that is correct. I mean, like I've been on unemployment for a while. I'm just now starting to get back into the actual job market. And so
Right.
like this whole time that I've been laid off, me and Max were like, "Hey, we love making movies. Why don't we just like try and since we have this like essentially it's a government funded film production company,
Basically,
like,
yeah.
like might as well like invest it into a business and try and make it grow." And so like this whole time has been us just working towards that, and it's very time consuming. So like you tell people that you haven't had a job, but you've been working like every day,
Yeah.
Monday through Friday, or through even like on weekends. You know
That's
what I mean?
such the weird thing about entertainment because most any other job on the planet, you have a thing at the end that's like people want to give you money for usually. 'Cause if you mow someone's lawn, they pay you money.
Yep,
If you make
that's
a
right.
movie, people don't pay you money.
No. And also when you mow someone's lawn, when you're done mowing the lawn, you're done mowing the lawn.
That's
like
right.
there's no more, okay, I'm gonna go home and mow a different lawn now. Like
Yeah.
I find it hard to separate life from work personally. Like I will wake up, sit up in my bed and start panicking about all these people I need to email and get together in one space in the middle of a, pandemic. Now it's a lot easier, but like
Yeah.
at one point when we were shooting, we were like, we were gonna have sections and zones and all that shit.
Oh,
And
you
I
were
was
gonna
like,
do like the full.
We were gonna
like,
do zones, and so we ended up having, when we were shooting this short all the same that we did, we had zones kind of where we had, cast and crew were all outside. We had like an outside area and we had a fire pit, and then the crew that was actually working and the cast actually working got to be inside. And if you were not on camera, you had to wear a mask and all that good stuff. And it's just, it's difficult, I'd say.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
totally is.
And that's why I'm like almost excited. When I got laid off from my job as a waiter, I was like, this is probably the best thing that's ever happened to me, because I hated waiting tables. It is literally the worst.
Where'd you work?
It's called Hank's Austin.
Okay.
It's this place on Berkman, kind of by Mueller.
Yeah.
It's a cool restaurant. People there were cool. it was just waiting tables is
Yeah.
probably like one of the worst. Like almost being a busser is almost better in some ways.
Was there anything specific about it that you didn't like, or was it just that film is so much more appealing?
I would say it's the same level of, I mean, it's more stress, you know, because I like.
We were talking about this. Andrew and I were talking about this. Like, it's very similar being on the floor of a restaurant.
Yeah.
I've never worked in a restaurant, but he was saying it's very.
You don't know what it's like, man.
Listen, guys,
You don't know what it's like,
I
man.
never worked in food service. I worked in construction.
It's
That was my.
It's kind of
What's up?
I'm gonna cut.
Oh, sorry. I thought you already did. Get back in here. I need your. We need your opinions.
Yeah, dude. So I worked in the restaurants for like.
Where did you work anywhere in Austin?
Yeah.
Where'd you work?
On 4th Street. I worked. You ever heard of Pesce?
Dude, me and Bailey introduced me to that place. They're
never heard of that
pate.
place.
I've
Dude,
never been to like a
the
fancy
rabbit pate.
restaurant really, and Bailey took me there, and it's wow, that's a really delicious. How was it working there?
It was good. I only worked there a little bit. I worked at their sister restaurant across.
What's their sister restaurant?
So you know how there's Cedar Door in between where they do those big, like, I don't know, musical events and things? Their sister restaurant, that place used to close and reopen all the time, but when I worked there, it was called Isla. And it was like a Caribbean rum type bar.
Okay, cool.
And it was very poorly run.
Yeah,
It was going into the ground.
as most restaurants are.
Pesce was like a well-oiled machine.
Pesce is that place is
And
yeah, that's a nice place.
It's like great atmosphere, super good food, super good drinks. It is pricey, but
It's pricey, but like it's definitely worth it. It's one of the few pricey places that I really love.
Gotta check it out.
But I will say, you know, and then working
Shout out
at
to
restaurants,
Pesce.
I worked
Shout out
outside
Pesce.
of Austin a lot.
Yeah.
You know, before
Shout out
that, I only
Griffin.
worked in shout out, and only worked
At Pesce,
in a rest.
Shout
Yeah,
out
only
Griffin.
at Pesce and Isla here.
at Real
for-
Pesce Austin.
for, probably like shout out Pesce, like 6 months maybe.
Yeah.
Um,
I would say working in film, it's like it's more stress, but it's way more rewarding. Like, at least there's a lot more possibility of reward.
Yeah.
Like it's not always rewarding. Sometimes it's soul crushing. But like when you wait tables, let's say you have a crappy day waiting tables, it's not like you get a cool like thing out of it. It's like
Yeah.
now I got to do that again, and it's like the fucking Greek myth of the dude pushing the rock up the
Sisyphus.
Yeah, that's it. I'm glad you knew that. 'cause-
Sisyphus.
Yeah, it's the myth of Sisyphus, but with no, there's no reward.
makes up money, I guess, but like.
But that isn't even like, dude, money. I would make good money at Hank's, and I would leave just with a hole in my heart.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's
someone
hard.
like telling you that like, someone sitting in your goddamn restaurant, you close at like 10:30 and they stay till midnight just drinking, and so you're putting up
jeez.
tables around them, and they're just like having a blast, and you're like, I'm flipping tables over, and you're
That's
not
tough.
getting the message that I want to go home.
That's tough.
Yeah. The worst job I had was at, no offense, B.D. Riley's is a cool place if you're
B.D.
a customer.
Riley's. Shout
And
out
like
to
the
B.D.
management
Riley's.
was nice. It wasn't like the management that was bad or like the employees or anything.
Shout out
it was
management.
shout out to B.D. Riley's. But
Shout out Griffin.
at B.D. Riley's.
Shout out Griff.
Shout out Griffin. He actually works there, but it was like I was a waiter there.
Right.
I was like 18 years old, and it would be a Tuesday, and my shift would be from 3 in the afternoon to 3 in the morning as a waiter.
Boy, jeez.
And I don't know if you've like ever been to that place. You don't like go there for the food. It's a
No.
bar, it's a pub.
So would people still get food? Like
So people would get food. Families at Mueller at the Thinkery. So first I worked at this place called JT Youngblood's. Rest in peace. That place was sick. And I was
Shout
making,
out, rest in peace.
I was making more money at JT Youngblood's as 17 than I was at Hank's. That's a fact.
Damn, you've worked at a lot of restaurants, man.
I've been working at restaurants since I was 15. Up until I got laid off in last March. Now I'm going back to it at Jew Boy Burger.
Going
Shout
back.
out Jew Boy
Shout out.
Burgers.
Shout
going
out-
back. Yo,
shout out
actual
Jew Boy
shout out.
Burger.
Actual shout out to
Jew
legit
Burger.
Jew Boy Burgers.
Jew Boy
I'm getting you
Burgers,
that
so
shirt,
good.
man. I know you need 4 extra large.
If you're watching this, go to Jew Boy Burgers, get the Detroit Rock City Burger.
That is
Tell
so
Mo
good.
that you love it.
Oh, should we get that after this?
we should go to Jew Boy Burger.
Is
if
it
Dude,
it's
I
still
could
open
definitely
tonight.
sug
it's
on a
still
chili
up.
dog right now.
Ooh.
Suggin. By the way, I gotta talk to you about the Suggin Facebook group you added me to.
Dude, I'm on this Facebook group called Sugging on Chili Dogs.
is this?
Incredible.
Inspired by
What is this?
Inspired by John Mellencamp's Jack and Diane.
Yeah,
Have you heard that song? Sugging on Chili Dog
Oh.
outside the Tasty Freeze. And it's just this one line in this song that kind of stands out above
Yeah.
all the others. Because it's just, the line is sugging on a chili dog outside the Tasty Freeze. What?
Who's
Who is
sugging?
sugging on a chili dog?
Hold on, I need to go back like 4 or 5 steps here.
Yeah, let's
so
do
there's
that.
there's
Yeah.
a Facebook group
That's right. I'm
based on
Facebook.
this
At William A.
specific.
Magnuson.
Reference.
You
Shut up.
plugging
This
your
song.
Facebook,
And
What do you
it's
think this is?
thriving, active.
It is every
very
day.
active.
I wake up and it's like, you know how you see things on Facebook and your brain automatically tunes it out like an ad?
Yeah, yeah.
That's me with chili dogs on Facebook.
There's everywhere.
It's just people posting pictures of themselves sugging on chili dogs, and my brain is like,
sounds
my
like a
brain
good
treats it
Facebook
the
group.
same way
It's a
and as an
great Facebook.
advertisement, you know?
It's probably the best thing about Facebook right now.
Do you guys have any other like really good Facebook group?
Oh,
Because I have a
yeah.
couple. I have scientific diagrams that look like shit posts. That's always a good one.
I'm
I want
down
to see
for
that one.
that.
You gotta add me to that one.
Yeah, I gotta
please.
find that one. I'll track it down. What are the like the last good Facebook
The last,
groups?
so my friend found this one. It's Hillbilly something, and it's just like the center of the United States,
Okay.
and everyone.
Hillbilly something.
I don't know. It's like the heart of America, I think.
Okay.
Is on that Facebook group, and they're just making fun of liberals. That's all they do, and they're trying to meme them out, and it's just the funniest shit. Like there was this one where they were like, "How to make a liberal angry," and it's like a '50s photo of just like a backyard barbecue with a bunch of white people, and they have red arrows that they made pointing at the hamburgers from like multiple angles, multiple hamburgers.
Don't
and
you
it just
ever
says
talk
meat.
about meat in
It
front
just
of
says
me.
meat on it. And then the other one was like a couple, and it said, look, they're both white.
Is it Griffin?
And someone like edited, that's probably Griffin.
That's probably Griffin.
So I think they edited it.
That's. I want to join that group because as a
Dude,
liberal,
you have to get invited.
I would.
So,
No.
Ooh.
Wait,
so
how
he
did you
got
get
invited
invited?
by his dad.
Oh my god.
So his dad actually got invited by like people who are like into this shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then I got invited through my friend. I could probably invite you guys. I don't know if there's
Yeah,
yeah.
you gotta invite
but
me in,
dude,
dude.
it is the cringiest shit ever.
We'll link it. We'll link it.
I don't post any like political stuff, so like I could probably infiltrate that group.
Dude,
Yeah, my
Dude,
Facebook is barren.
should.
I think I've posted like maybe 4 photos all time on Facebook.
oh, nice. Well, that group's all about like making fun of electric cars. They just like
That's so funny.
it's
That's so funny. That's so funny.
What?
I'm part of my
incredible.
my hometown's like
Where are you from again?
Manhattan, Kansas.
Oh, I was like, small town. Oh, Manhattan,
Yeah,
Kansas.
Yeah,
Okay.
it confuses people.
Yeah, I bet.
It's
It's like Paris, Texas.
yeah,
Paris, Texas. Yeah, that's exactly.
yeah.
Shit, you not. You heard of Paris, Texas?
The musician or
Ohio.
the city?
Ohio.
I heard there's a movie,
Both.
Paris, Texas.
Yeah, I didn't
but
watch
I
it.
have not seen it.
Yeah.
I'm in my hometown's Facebook like community group, and
What
there's
is
just
that?
so many angry people.
Uh-huh.
It's funny to look back at. People are complaining about I don't know the parks being closed and just screaming into the void.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that.
So what I do
Those-
every
those are
morning,
still
Yeah.
good.
screaming into a void.
Those are still good. I'm also part of Martha's Vineyard like housing group. Because housing's in. It
You
was
say Martha's
impossible-
Vineyard?
Martha's Vineyard.
Martha's Vineyard?
Yes.
Like the
island.
vacation place.
Is it
Yeah,
like a?
I lived
for
there for
old
2
white
years.
people?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I don't even really. I've heard this name, Martha's Vineyard, but
Yeah.
what is it? Exactly?
It's where your mom wants to go and
So,
drink wine.
It's probably.
My mom likes the Jenny's Little Longhorn.
it's
What
Like,
did you say?
it's like this super rich island.
Oh, okay.
And I moved there after college because
I
this
think
girl
I
I,
knew.
was dating
Yeah. Okay.
was moving there.
Where's this island?
This island is off the coast of Massachusetts.
So it's lame.
So like Cape Cod
hmm
area.
Yeah.
Island is super sick, but it is impossible to get housing. I lived in a massive funeral home from the 1700s.
You lived
the
in a
first
funeral
year.
home?
A funeral home.
Yeah, with 20 other people.
That's ripping, dude.
What?
And it was
That sounds
sick. There was a
cool.
graveyard in the backyard.
Oh
I lived
my
in
God.
the embalming room.
Oh no!
I mean, obviously it was like kind of redone, but what the guy did was he bought this funeral home and then spray painted everything white, including the wooden floorboards.
He spray painted?
What?
Like everything was just the cheapest spray paint you can get, out of like a spray gun.
Oh yeah.
He just spray painted this massive, beautiful funeral
He was
home.
like, yeah, that's it. That looks like life.
Like
That's
nice.
crazy.
I'm talking like ancient wood floors.
He just spray painted.
And he just everything white, even like wires and things on the walls, everything white. And then he bought white IKEA furniture. So
How did
the
that make you
couches
feel?
were
Did you
white,
feel
the
like
bed frames were white.
Did you feel like a mental patient?
feel like you had
It was
died and woke up
So it turned
and
from like a funeral home to
Yeah.
just like a fucking
like
asylum, dude.
Morgan Freeman's gonna hello.
Pure white suit.
So by the end of the summer, like I lived there for like, I don't know, 5-6 months or something.
Yeah.
Everything got dirty as fuck because it's 20
it's,
fucking kids
of
living
course.
there,
Oh
you know?
my gosh.
And
Nowhere to hide it.
we just partied in there and just fucking destroyed that house. Like by the end of the year, someone just, instead of going out to the trash cans, they broke the window.
To throw the trash out the
through-
window.
Yeah, in the kitchen so they could just throw shit out faster.
That's insane.
That's pretty smart, actually.
And then
Destroy that
the next
house.
year, the guy just put another layer of white paint down
Yes.
and rented it
Can I
out
ask,
to
yeah,
another.
did you get your deposit back?
Listen to this.
Oh.
So that was the
boy.
first place I lived in. First year. Second year, I lived. There's 3 towns on that island. I moved to a different town, just like 5 miles away. The whole island is 13 miles long.
Okay.
So this was a bed and breakfast from the 1800s, and that was 24 people. So I finally hit that guy up, and I was like, "Yo, can I get my $300 deposit?" And he goes, I remember meeting you, and you seemed like a good guy. I'll give you $150. And he wrote me a $150 check. No one else in that house got a deposit.
That's so
I was
funny.
the only one, and he gave
Oh
me
my
$150.
You seem like a good guy.
You
Here's
seem like a
half.
lot
His name was Xerxes.
Xerxes?
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 That's badass.
In the new house that I lived in, I did not get my deposit back because this alligator rented me that room.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
She was from Florida, and I think she spent
That's what that
most
means.
of her
That's what you
life
meant.
in direct sunlight.
Okay.
She was one of the most
Leathery.
leathery human beings I've
That's
ever
what people in
seen.
Florida look like, dude.
And she was impossible to get in contact with, but if you really wanted a house or a room, she was your only hope. So you would call her like 5-6 times a day.
Yeah.
And she would, if you called her at the right time,
If she
like,
picked up,
you know,
you'd get
if she
hooked up.
picked up, she'd be like, what do you want? You know, and you're like, I really need a room. And she'd be like, yeah, okay, so it's the old Peacock Hotel. I think I have like half a room.
Have a room.
It's gonna be $700, and you're like, yeah, I'll take that. Just like, I need that, thank you. Yep, I'll take it. And she goes, okay, wire me 3 months rent.
3 months
And you're
rent?
like, okay, do you wire it? And then you show up to that house, and then you just have to fight for like a bed in there.
Oh my gosh.
And you just are like, I'm taking this room.
You've
It was
lived
a free
a
for all.
life. You've like lived a Greek
That's crazy.
like
Yeah.
poem.
That was cool.
Would that be considered? Was the thing you were staying in considered a hostel, or were you like renting a specific room in that
No,
place?
someone bought that hotel.
I'm talking about the morgue or
The funeral home? No, Xerxes bought that
So-
whole thing.
Okay, so everyone had their own room, or it was just kind of a free for all
Dude, some
thing.
people, there was 4 people per room in one room. It was
Jesus
4
Christ!
Romanian girls,
Have
and
you
they were like, you guys all live in this room. And I just like gave them a big room.
Did-
They just had 4 beds basically next to each other.
God, man,
I had my own room, and she tried to actually.
it sounds worse than the dorms.
Yeah.
It's like on that level, if
Yeah.
not more.
Eventually, they tried to get me out of that room so I could share like the 4-person like massive room with 3 other dudes.
Did you have the embalming room by yourself?
I did. I had like the best deal. It was
No
still
one
a
else would
grand a
stay in
month,
there.
but for
Grand.
the island is so cheap. The things are like ridiculously expensive there.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I know like in the Hamptons, right now they have a worker shortage because it's so expensive that the people who work at restaurants and
Yeah.
like people with everyday jobs can't afford to live there.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
because they're just tourist traps. I
Yeah.
mean, they're,
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
I was making a lot of money, but
Yeah. Were you restaurant?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I moved out there, and immediately, like day one, they tried to give me like an assistant manager position at a hotel. And they were like, "Yeah, we'll give you $17 an hour," and I was like, "What? My rent? Like, It's so expensive out here, and the waiters were making like $500 a night, and I was like, no, I'd rather like wait tables. And they're like, nah, you get to run the restaurant for $17 an hour. And I was like,
my god,
no thanks.
Jeez. Yeah,
so
like
then I
$17 an hour here is pretty good.
Yeah,
or it's like
fine.
decent,
but on like a fucking
it's livable,
vacation islands where everything's insane.
Yeah, wow.
And all the the servers are making crazy money.
Right.
I was like, why am I? So I went and waited for a new restaurant to open. And I helped them open it, and then I served anyways.
Yeah.
And I was making like way more money.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. So I did that for 2 seasons. That was pretty sick.
Wow.
I never did the food service.
You couldn't hang.
No, I guess
you couldn't. You would.
You would last 5 minutes.
I took
you could AD. You could.
If you can AD, you can wait goddamn tables. Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I took the construction path instead.
Oh, really? You did construction?
I was a roofer.
Oh,
initially.
wow.
I started roofing when I was 15.
Yeah.
Illegally under the table.
Oh,
paid
yeah.
under the table. I mowed lawns. I painted. I was an electrician very briefly. Yeah.
That's a lot more intense than
well, I mean, that's just kind of like what the options in Kansas are. Not so much like wait tables. It's like either you work at a grocery store stocking.
Yeah.
I mean, they have like fast food jobs, but like
there was nothing like
there's
no
many
hustle jobs kind of like waiting tables there.
No, not as much because I mean, they have nicer sit down restaurants, but like the people that are waiting tables in those nicer sit down restaurants are not kids.
Right.
They're like
have kids.
yeah, they're adults doing a job.
professionals, right.
Yeah. It's not like that at all in smaller towns, but yeah, the options were either work at a grocery store or
like
I guess you could mowing lawns was a big thing, and I did that for a while. And then my family knew this roofing company through something, I don't know, and I got hired there, and I worked
shout
there
out to
for
the
a while.
roofing company.
Shout out to Weddle and Sons. They install Tesla roofs now in the Midwest. No, no, because roofing is one of the worst.
Yeah,
jobs.
I was like being on a roof when you're not working is just kind of hell.
How would you rate your jobs? Because I will say restaurants were brutal, but I liked it way more than, let's say, working at Blizzard.
Well,
Sure.
I guess I haven't had very many real jobs in my life.
When I was working at JT Youngbloods, so I'm like 17 years old, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a waiter, right? And it was like the worst job for an adult. Like all these adults who worked there would quit and leave because they were just depressed and not making any money.
Oh,
And
no.
so, like it was kind of like just probably like the saddest place on earth. But but literally maybe like
Probably.
5 or
JT
6 of
Youngblood's
us.
Shout out.
JT Youngbloods.
JD. JT Youngbloods.
But for a high school kid, I became
out
the
Griffin.
head waiter at 17 of this restaurant
dude,
and a
fuck
part-time manager. So I was like closing, I was opening and closing,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was making $7.25 an hour plus tips, which for a waiter you normally make $2.13 an hour.
Yep.
Like at Hanks, I was making $2.13 versus JT Youngwood's $7.25
And
plus tips.
if you work a double, 14 hours.
Yeah.
That's already a lot of
Yeah,
money.
exactly.
Right there.
I know it's a lot of money. Is it worth it though?
Well, at JT Youngwoods,
Yeah.
well, the gist was like it was literally me and my friends running a restaurant together.
Oh, boy.
With
Well,
like
that's
one
fine.
manager who was just like this lady who was like in her mid-20s who was just like, I hate living. Like, and she just let us like I was playing Crazy Frog on the goddamn speakers like
In the restaurant?
In the restaurant, like in the middle of the day. There's a video of me somewhere
fun.
riding a scooter through the restaurant. That's like that scooter right there, riding one of those through the restaurant dining room in the middle of the day. We were open. That restaurant, needless to say, went out of business.
Well, I would have gone there. That sounds like a good
Dude, it
experience.
was actually really, really good fried chicken. It's just nobody wants to pay an exorbitant amount of money for fried chicken.
Yeah.
It's a sit-down restaurant for fried
fried
chicken.
How much was the fried chicken?
Like it was worth the price,
Okay.
but it's kind of like
Hit me with the
if
price.
you're gonna get fried chicken, the price was like maybe like if you wanted to get 3 pieces, you get $13. You pay $13.
That's the thing with fried chicken is when you're eating fried chicken, usually the person eating the fried chicken is eating a lot of fried chicken, and if it's expensive,
Exactly.
you eat less of the fried chicken.
That's right.
So
And-
you want more of the fried chicken, so you get the cheaper fried chicken.
Who the hell goes to a restaurant to eat fried chicken? You get it on the way home and eat it on your couch while
That's-
you watch The Simpsons.
Right.
You don't go.
Yeah.
Let's go to a restaurant and eat fried chicken.
I don't want people to watch me eat fried
literally.
No.
And so that's why. And also, it's like in Mueller. So it kind of was just like isolated. The rent was really high. I imagine. Like I'm sure they just weren't clearing enough money. You
I
know.
see.
One time I had to wait all by myself on a Friday night,
How'd
and
that
it was
go?
a movies in the park night right across the street.
Oh boy.
And I was the only waiter, and so I made maybe like in 3 hours like $350 or something. And for
fried
me, being
chicken.
like 17 was
not
like
bad.
I was like I own everything.
I own this town.
I am a god.
I like made my whole month's rent at the Shack
How
in
much
one
is
night.
Mueller Pond? I'm in the market.
One time we were working, and Beto, when he was running for president or senate, I don't remember which one it was. It was like he pulls up in just a shitty van, and gets out, and there's a mob, and a mob just explodes, and like it's Beto, and I'm just like I'm slinging ice cream to these people, and I'm like, yo, was that Beto? What the fuck? And then all these people who looked like they were on the show Veep came in and like ate chicken, and it was weird.
Did you give
Beef
give
chicken.
Beto chicken?
Nah, he didn't come in.
Oh.
That's why I didn't vote for him.
It was too
Yeah.
expensive for me. He's like,
Beto's-
Beto's like,
because I'm not Republican. I can't buy this. You fucking kidding me, dude?
Oh boy.
oh, Beto.
William, tell me more about the production company that you've started
Mm-hmm.
with Max. Because I've been watching from the outside.
Max doesn't do anything. I'm just kidding.
I've honestly heard that.
We gotta have Max on this show eventually. And see.
Yeah.
So Max and I, we met in high school.
Yes.
And I was in the film program, and he loved films, and like he was so enthusiastic about it, but he didn't really know about the class, and didn't want to, and honestly, he didn't like. You don't need it. The biggest thing that me and Max say about film is that you don't need to go to college for film.
I agree with
If you
that
can
fully.
afford to go to college and it's not going to like hurt you, go to college for film. You'll network. You might learn some shit. It's a good experience.
I disagree.
I think if you're like loaded,
I think
not?
it's a poor decision for everyone to go to film
here's the
school.
thing.
College or
I know.
film school?
Film
Can I
school.
give you an example? Like
Yeah.
In Between Girl, that film, that one, like it did really well at South by, and the entire team went to UT together.
Yeah.
That's how they know each other.
Well, here's the problem though: is just because you got into South by one time
Yeah.
means jack shit for the rest of your career. So
That's a
It's
fair
definitely-
point. It's a fair point, but I'm saying like they would have never like. I think it's good for connections, and it's good for like if you get a good professor and you put if you.
I'm
it is
sure
what
there
you
are
take-
good things. I'm sure there's good
It's
things.
what you make of it. I
Yeah.
know people
Yeah.
who go to UT who are like, I'm a UT film major, and then they don't do shit, and they make
That's-
the worst things. I'm like,
Yeah.
why are you even paying this money? You could be spending this $30,000 a year to make a movie. You can make
Yeah.
your own
A
movie for that much money.
I just
movie.
in my experience, one day on set is worth a year of film school.
Oh,
You
yeah.
would
Because
definitely be right.
Some of these people that are coming out of film school that try to come onto film sets,
Yeah.
just get eaten alive
Right.
in the first hour, and they're done and they retire.
You've seen the meme of like it's a close up on Buzz Lightyear in his packaging. Like, I just graduated film school. I'm gonna be rich and famous. And it zooms out. There's like a million of them.
Oh.
I'm like, ooh.
I'm gonna be the next big Hollywood director.
Yeah,
Here I
it's like,
go.
ugh.
But maybe it does give you a little confidence at first.
You,
no?
you mean
I think you need
college?
to be
No, it's the
fucked up.
opposite.
I think you need to be destroyed at
Yeah.
the beginning of your film career.
You need to be young and dumb, and you need to get. That's when you need to get fucked up. You don't need to be like 23 when you start getting fucked up. You need to like have all your failures and mistakes when you're like 18. So when
Yeah.
like I know there's a DP, I forget his name, but like he's local, who is like 21 years old and is shooting for Amazon.
Oh, I know that guy.
Yeah, what's his name?
Fuck, what is that guy's name? He's really good.
It's not Alex, is it? It's not Alex. Or
Fucking
it's,
Griffin the dog.
It's
No.
Griffin.
what is his
yeah,
name?
but you know who I'm talking about.
I know that guy.
It'll come
yeah.
to you.
Yo,
And
shout out that guy.
shout out to that guy who shut the Amazon
Shout out
thing.
that guy.
You did really good, dude.
Shout
Fuck
out that
yeah.
guy.
Shout out that guy.
Shout out that guy.
Speaking of which, I'm
What is that
gonna hit
guy's
some
name?
lights so we transition in.
Okay, sounds
Okay.
great.
Shout out that
Shout
guy.
out that guy.
Keep telling shout out that guy.
Shout out
But
Griffin.
he's 21 and he's doing that shit
Yeah.
because he's doing it. He's not like
Because he's
waiting for
not-
school
Yeah.
to like because school's not going to do like. What infuriates me is like I don't believe that all teachers are people who failed at what they want to do. Like, I think that's just like a.
I think that's a mean thing to say.
Well, yeah, no, I know, but I'm saying like there's like that. I would say stereotype.
Yeah.
So like,
I think what I meant is I think people are being mean intentionally. When they
yes,
say that.
that's correct. And there's a kernel of truth to that. Like, there are people who just are failed filmmakers who just teach film. Like, that's a thing. But like, some people genuinely love to teach, and I think when they look at their professors and think, like, they think their professor is the be-all, end-all in film when they don't actually have their boots on the ground in film. There's like, my professor told me this, and I'm like, well, this fucking director screamed this at me, so...
I think it just, in many ways, gives, like, false hope. Not that, like, you can't make it or you're not going to make it.
Right.
And that people shouldn't be encouraged to, like hey,
Forge
you
your own
should
path
try.
and try.
But
anything gets
it
done.
doesn't prepare you for the real world at
No.
all. And it
0%.
Yeah, and in many ways, it makes you have, like, this weird self-confidence of, I'm going to be successful because...
They talk down to you, dude.
Yeah.
They talk down to you because they went to film school. And I'm like, dude, like, what the fuck? Like, you do, like, I don't know. It just blows my mind a little bit.
It's, I'm trying to, like, come up with a comparison. There's not another, like, thing you go to college for that, like, you're not even learning anything about, like, you're not...
Yeah, I know people who are like, I take this class. I'm like, what'd you learn?
If you go to college for accounting, you hopefully will know what that's going to be like when you step into your first accounting job.
Well, also...
But if you go to college for film, you're not ready to walk onto a set.
And also, when you...
Is anything past a PA, at least?
have to have a degree, and you have to, like, do like pass a test, a CPA, kind of similar to like a bar or whatever.
Right.
Bar exam. So my cousin's he's an accountant in Nebraska.
Ooh.
And he works for the government. And it's like, it's no easy feat to become an accountant of that level.
Right.
You have to really know your stuff, and you have to, like, have an academic resume and all that good stuff, you know. And with film, it's kind of the opposite. You have to have a resume of actual experience, which you can get kind of just by grinding through, like, you know, you start as a PA.
Well, there's also the weird thing about film is there's no, like, structures to it.
Yeah.
If you are an accountant, you go work for an accounting firm.
Right.
You don't. There's no firms. I mean, I guess there's, like, studios, and
but that's not more of an office position if you're going for a studio.
And if that's not what anybody wants to be doing.
Not necessarily, no.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird to me that there's a college course where you can go and pay a lot of money
to learn something,
to learn stuff that's maybe not applicable and is definitely not helping you get forward in the film industry.
So let me go back to me and Max. Max was like,
because I like what you're doing. This
Thank you.
all to wrap back around to. I really like what you're doing.
Thank you.
We should, Andrew, is it rolling right now? Is camera rolling? Yeah. Oh, sweet.
Like,
I want you to be part of this conversation. I'm sorry. I miss you, Andrew. We need you back. We're talking about William's cool business.
Me and Max's business. Max and me? I don't know.
Max and I's?
Max and I?
Max and I?
Me and Max's. I think me and Max's is wrong, but it sounds right.
Yeah,
so.
it does.
My mom's grammar Nazi.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I'm going to click.
Sorry, Mom.
Okay. How's
So,
it look?
like,
Okay, I'm back. Looks cool.
We didn't
It's not
like,
dark, yeah.
you know, I took film courses in high school.
Right.
And learned
That's
more
so
than...
cool. I didn't have that option. I didn't have
I was
film classes
lucky.
in high school. Yeah.
I didn't realize how lucky I was until I started talking to people who were my age, who were like just now learning about film.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, we had like a one camcorder
Yeah.
and iMovie or something like, you know what I mean? I was just like, oh wow, I had a Blackmagic Ursa Mini, like, and Rode audio with a field kit and like lights.
We didn't even have
we
like
had
the
RE
thing
lights.
We didn't have the option. Like,
Yeah.
That was not a
you guys
class.
didn't have anything.
Yeah, that was not a
Oh, no.
class offered.
I had TV production, but it was really funny because it was all like
I didn't
80s
have that.
sitcom style. So we actually had an entire like server switchboard, you know,
That's
Oh,
actually
that's pretty
kind of
cool.
dope.
like a booth.
That's
and
pretty
then
cool.
we had huge cameras on like old school dollies.
Oh my gosh, that's
But
so cool.
they
That's
were
really
ancient.
cool.
Yeah.
And that's all we learned is how to shoot like an 80s sitcom show.
Yeah.
Like on a stage or like.
Like it was a big room with a big green screen in the back.
Okay, so this was like a news thing or what?
I mean that's where they filmed like, you know, the morning student
Right.
news or whatever shows.
Yeah.
That's cool.
but everything was super old school. And then whatever you did outside of it, they would give you the handy cam.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well,
You had, I mean, you had,
I had a steady cam.
you had a nice
I had
setup.
a jib, like a 10-foot jib. Dude, I had literally everything to make an award-winning film. And I was just like, meh. You know, I mean, to be fair, I was in high school. I was like, I love film, but I don't want to, like, I wasn't pursuing it like a business at that time.
It's hard to judge the decisions of any high school.
True. I was just, like, smoking weed and,
Yeah,
like...
you're
Well,
fine. Don't
you
worry
know,
about what
Did
you
you
did.
do
in
it for
high school.
like
crack.
Did you
You're
do it
good.
every
No.
year?
Doing crack.
What?
Like, did you have levels of?
Yeah, you know,
film?
so I, like, you know, you had level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4.
Oh,
For-
so
and
you
I-
could do it every year.
Yeah, I did every year, and like,
So cool.
and there would be a seniors class, and like, you know, I won a scholarship my senior year for like $7,500 for a film I
No
made.
way.
That was just like, I look back on it, I'm like, wow, it sucked. But
Hey, you made it.
You know, it's you can't judge that past because like every time we make a film, we look back and we're like, God, I can't believe we like thought that was good. And then
I mean,
That's the best perspective to have on that. Completely
Yes.
honestly, I think as soon as you start thinking your stuff is really, really good and
You
cannot
fail.
be improved,
Right.
then you're fucked.
and that's what Max is really good at that. Max looks back at everything he's done and analyzes it and sees what he did wrong, and the next time we do something, he has learned. Like, my point is, you should look at someone who goes to UT for film,
yeah.
and Max has spent hours, many, like, countless hours watching. It's as simple as this. I'm not even kidding. Watching YouTube videos. Like, he's like, what does this mean? YouTube video. Oh, okay. And then, what's this light? Okay, YouTube video. How does
That's
that work? What's
the
this
best
used
way to
for?
learn.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
lighting is
YouTube
so important.
University.
Hold up. And then we learn, and then he learns like this whole lighting thing and teaches it to me. And I'm like, holy cow, I didn't know that. And like,
That's awesome.
He has learned so much off of YouTube. And now he's like getting jobs as a gaffer and a grip.
I saw
and he,
that, yeah.
And he has like virtually no experience, but
I-
knows everything.
I respect that kind of knowledge so much more than
Anyone who's like,
yeah.
went to, like, I go to
That's
film school.
that's so much cooler.
Like,
and
I don't want to shit on anyone who goes to film school because
I do.
I know you do. But like, I think if you want to and you have got the money and like, I don't know. I think everyone has their own reasons and has their own processes.
That's totally fair. That's totally fair.
But I also like for myself.
Yeah.
And my recommendation would be fuck film school. You don't need that shit. Watch YouTube videos. Go out and PA. Watch some people who know what they're doing.
Just go
ask some
PA.
questions.
Yeah.
Learn. Be friendly. People will be like, "Hey, you're nice. Come work with us." It's literally just as simple as that, man.
Yeah.
It's
Also, just don't fucking spend $100,000. Get paid instead to work.
Get paid instead to work. $10 an hour is better than
Yeah.
like 50,000 in debt.
And then be 4 years ahead in your career instead
yeah.
of
Right.
22 years old and never worked
So
before.
I know a guy named Max. Shout out to Max Corney. And
Shout out, Max.
Is he
Shout
gonna
out,
like
Max.
this shout out you're about to do?
No, absolutely. No,
Shit
it's
on him.
actually
Shout
a
out.
really good. He's an actor, right?
Okay,
and actors
yeah.
are even less should go to college for acting. You should take like
Right.
a class that's
Unless
like,
you're in Juilliard, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I'm getting to. He got a full ride to Boston University.
Ride
for
it.
That's a good acting school, isn't it?
A full ride in acting for acting at an acting
Why
school.
not?
That's pretty.
I mean, if you get a full ride to anything,
And not only
performative-
not only a full ride, but they give him money to live. Like he has food money, walking around money. Like he doesn't have to have a job. Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Like, you know, how you doing, boss?
Oh, okay, cool, man.
But like he doesn't have to have a job or anything, you know, and
You need something?
Oh yeah, we're recording a little podcast.
Have you
actually.
seen
Yeah.
Griffin by chance? Do you know Griffin? Have you seen Griffin? Really?
Here.
Wow.
No worries. Don't,
Hold up.
he doesn't want to.
Is he walking
you're out of here?
30?
He's
Is
on
he
mic.
doing the walk right now?
I don't know. He didn't want
He's
to be
going
on.
on a 36
He didn't want to be on
mile
mic.
walk.
He's going 30.
That's
He's gonna leave that way and then come from this way.
He's ran 36 miles.
He's
In
in a
one
day.
day.
in one day.
He says.
I mean, that's solid.
I believe him.
Shout out to that dude.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out Griffin.
Shout out to Griffin. Griffin, dude.
Wait, what did he say about the dog?
I don't know.
He said he hadn't seen him. So maybe it's 50 miles from here?
Maybe.
Maybe.
What were we talking about?
I don't know. College
We
sucks.
got a little
That sucks.
derailed. Oh, so you're talking about Juilliard? He was,
Juilliard.
Oh, the
Full
full
ride.
ride.
I did
acting
have an
coach.
acting coach one time who told me that like I should just get a full ride to Juilliard, and I was like,
they
I was
just
like,
told you that?
she told me that I should just. Oh, that person's- okay.
Hot damn. Just
Wow.
witnessed half of an
Remember
accident.
when I said this place was peaceful? 86 that.
Yeah, it really is.
when the sun goes down, I think it's not as peaceful. But
yeah, I think we're fucked.
My car's pretty close. We're good.
Throw it in the Eddie. Let's go.
Wait, the sound cool. So he went. So he went for all 4 years, or the whole program, or what?
Max? Yeah, he graduated pretty recently.
Yeah.
And like, he wants to move to New York. I think he wants to be on Broadway. He's like, and he's also perfect for Broadway. He's like 6.5 feet tall, just like beautiful man.
Broad for Broadway.
He's like, imagine Steve Martin mixed with he's a combination of Steve Martin and someone else. He's like a better looking version of Steve Martin though.
Wow.
Like
that's a pretty good.
Yeah.
That's not
That's
terrible.
not. I'd take that.
He is like a cool dude.
Okay.
He does get fussy. Like one time we went to a restaurant. I'm sorry, Max. This actually really pissed me
Shout out
off.
Max. Shout out
We were
Max.
at Polvo's and we got frozen margaritas, and there was like 6 of us, and we were like, "Oh, we want to get the coconut flavor because the coconut is—you wouldn't think it's good, but it's really good." And he was like, "Nah, I'm just not gonna get anything then." And we're like, "What? No, just like pitch in." He's like, "No, I want the regular, but you know what? It's okay. I'm not gonna get anything." And so we all
really
had
good
to order
actor.
the pitcher of regular margaritas because he wanted regular. He wouldn't just go with the coconut because the group wanted.
That's what Juilliard.
You know what I mean?
Learn at Juilliard.
Yeah, that's Juilliard move.
years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good Juilliard move.
And then he went to Boston and learned something, I guess.
And now he drinks coconut.
Now he drinks coconut margaritas like an adult.
Damn.
good for him.
Fuck you, Max Corny.
You have to pay for that knowledge.
Oh. Hopefully.
He's gonna be like, "Damn, Will, I didn't realize that it hurt your feelings so bad." Like, you didn't think to ask, did you, Max?
Yeah, he's gonna freak
Well,
out.
so William, if I gave you, because you've been acting for a while now,
Yeah.
if I gave you the opportunity to go to Juilliard right now or Boston as a full ride, would you do that
No.
for 4 years?
No.
Why not?
Because.
What is your like long-term life goal? Not that you need one, but like what is
Why are you here on this earth,
in
William?
no. Sit back. In your wildest dreams, what is the thing that you are
honestly,
going for?
I
What
want
is it you want?
I want to have like my goal. Like I think my dream is to just be an actor.
Okay.
But my practical goals, I do acting and I pursue it with all the vigor of someone who's like pursuing that dream.
Right.
But I'm also like, I have this other opportunity to create. I mean, I love making films and being a part of the process, whether I'm producing, writing, directing, or acting.
Yeah.
And like something that me and Max do really well together is like we're really good at different things. We can both direct and we're not like stepping on each other's toes.
Yeah.
And like he's like, I would say his strengths are like he's a really good gaffer. Like
Yeah.
lighting, he just gets it. And when he learns, like he just retains everything.
That's awesome.
He understands gaffing, how to visually tell a story, he understands that really well. And we have things that we're both good at, and it's not redundant, I feel.
Yeah.
Us working together. And so that's why we were able to like actually get stuff done. We disagree on a lot of stuff. Like every time we're writing together, it's like we disagree a lot, but it ultimately kind of leads to a better product.
Yeah.
Because if it was just we both had like loved the same thing and came with the same ideas, we would never like have any quality control. Yeah. Sometimes I'll say an idea and he's like, "That can't work because this," and I'm like, yes, you're right. Whereas otherwise I would have like bankrupted us trying to do that thing, or vice versa. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's cool that he's also comfortable to tell you that.
Yeah, that's something that took time too. Like
is cool.
When you're working with your friend, this is something we've been like learning together. Is like working with your friend, you got to kind of like put the friendship aside and be like, there's etiquette to working with someone.
Yeah.
And like at the beginning, we would hurt each other's feelings a little bit because we were just friends and would like kind of talk to each other like friends, and then realize, oh, you can't really do that in a business setting so much.
No. Crunch time rolls around.
Like sometimes
in
I would,
the moment,
I would hurt his
right?
feelings without even realizing it, because I'd be talking to him like a friend. When you're regarding someone's creative ideas, they'll act like people in general act like you could shit on their idea, and they're like, okay, cool, yeah. But inside, that like really hurts. It crushes. You know what I mean? So like it's easy to like, I'm very animated and I get dramatic, and I'll step on his toes and not even realize it, and then he'll tell me, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then I learn from there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean.
So I think we work really well together.
That's cool.
In that respect. And so like in his dream is to make. He just it's simple as for him. It's as simple as that. Just make movies.
Yeah.
How do I get that goal? How do I achieve that goal of making movies?
Let me
And
work
he just
on
pursues
every
it.
possible thing.
Yeah.
Right?
That's awesome.
That'll bring us closer to that.
Yeah.
I really, really like what you guys are doing. And I
Thank
think
you.
you should feel motivated that even if the things you're currently working on, if you're not acting in them, just being exposed, being more in that space of like knowing more about producing, knowing more about shooting, that's going to put you in such a better place to be an actor.
I want to be well-rounded and know everything. I don't want to I've been like I used to be an extra when I was like 16, 17, and I kind of always knew I grew up around like hanging out with like adults because I was just kind of like I found it easier to hang out with adults, like my parents' friends, than like with people my age sometimes.
I feel that.
I have
And
10
so I
minutes
felt like
left on this card.
alienated.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
I feel like alienated from people my age, and so I knew from like a very young age to be quiet and just listen when like you're supposed to. And then so I'd be on set and I'd see extras who are like, "Oh, I'm gonna go talk to this producer," and I'm like, "You have fun with that." And then the producer's like, "Yeah, okay." Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why is this person talking to me? And like.
And they'll remember that.
And they'll remember that.
You know?
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. Extras are like some of the best and worst people I've ever met in my life, I would say. Like actors in general, I should say, are like the best and worst people I've ever met.
There's definitely, you kind of get the full human experience when you book background extras in Austin. There's crazy
fun
people,
dude.
Do you remember that guy on Peter? Because we
Which
all
one?
worked on it together. When we were filming in the gym.
Yeah. The guy with the
high
gloves?
school.
The guy with the gloves, the tall guy with the gloves?
Yeah, I am here for the gangster scene.
Yeah. So he would
That's not today.
continuously go outside and walk the parking lot and call people. Hey, we were shooting a night shoot, so it was 1 a.m.
Yeah, and he's just like
He's talking to people.
He's talking to people on the phone.
And I would bring him in, and I'd be like, "Hey, you're gonna be in makeup in about 15 minutes. Can you just chill out in the lobby? Like, can I get you like water or something?" He'd be like, "So you don't need me right now?" And I'm like, "Well,
that is
you're
the
next."
worst question.
And then I couldn't hang out with him. You know, I had so many things to do. He would just leave again.
Yep.
And
It's
just
good stuff. It's good stuff.
madness.
Yep. That's kind of like that. One time.
Shout out,
there was
Mo.
Shout out Mo. That
his name is Mo.
he was fucking awesome.
He was in the movie. He kills it in the movie. The bit where he drops the pen in the background was that on purpose?
Yeah,
No,
well,
it was not.
it was because he did it, and then he said to Carl, "I dropped the pin. Do you like that?" I do
that
like
guy
that.
was awesome.
That guy was awesome. But he was also just like in his own world.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah,
You know?
I mean, like, dude, one time I was. So this was like one of my first. So I was I was still riding a bicycle. I didn't have a car, so maybe I was like 14 or 15. I was like probably freshman in high school.
Okay, before you get into the
Yeah, of
story, I'm
course.
going to switch this card
Okay,
because
cool.
we'll lose it if we don't.
Sick. I'm gonna cut.
And I shit my pants. So this was I was probably freshman year high school.
Yes.
And Mr. Kenneth Rogers, shout out to Ken Rogers.
Shout out Ken Rogers.
Shout out Ken Rogers.
He was like, "Yo, I know this guy named Lance, who is he's making a television show called
I'm so excited.
Professor Isles Laboratory, and it's gonna be on Netflix." And I was like, and freshman year, I was like, "It's gonna be on Netflix? Oh my god!" And he was like, and they're like, "Yeah, and we need all of you to be interns on set." And I was like, "Fuck yeah, intern,
whole
okay."
class?
Everyone, the entire crew.
That's what they pay. That's what they call PAs that they don't pay is interns.
Is interns. Intern is
Feel
an excuse
like-
for not paying people.
I don't want to say it's illegal.
Well,
Frowned upon.
Yeah. No, it's just widely used.
it's just
It's just the standard.
It's just kind of what
It's kind of
happens.
the fucked up shit is you can go
Yeah.
to college for 4 years and have an internship for 3 years and then have to start off as an intern at some other job and you're
Yeah.
like 25.
yeah.
So anyways, Nick, that's where I met Nick Bonesteel. Shout out to Nick Bonesteel.
Shout out
Yo,
Nick Bonesteel.
shout out Nick Bonesteel.
Nick Bonesteel, I believe, was ADing
Yeah,
on
he was
that.
fired
Fucking
from that. So.
professional.
Yeah, and he was like, he was the most legendary dude on that set. I was like, they were like, "Yeah, you're gonna meet Nick Bonesteel," and I was like, "Oh God, okay." And I walked in this room.
Strap in.
And he's like-
5-point seatbelt. You're gonna meet Nick Bonesteel.
I got you for 3 minutes. Woo! 3 minutes of meet time. And I walk in and he's like, "Hi, how's it going?" I was like, "What?" He's like, "Hi, I'm Nick. How you doing?" And I was just like, "Oh, hi." And he was so nice to me. Like he could have hated me and I would never have known.
Yeah.
He was so nice, and not only was he nice, but he was doing his job like a pro. like he was getting shat on more than anyone I've ever seen in my whole life, and he was just taking it like a champ. He was like literally, I was like, this guy rocks. And Lance, the director of that, I'm not afraid to like tell this. Like
fuck that guy.
Lance,
shout out to Lance being a fucking idiot.
Shout out.
He's probably like one of the worst human beings. So during the audition process, when we were auditioning people, he turned to, I think it may have been my brother who was doing that, or someone else. I don't remember who it was. It may have been Nick actually. But he turns to them and like just says like how he doesn't like black actors because they just usually aren't as good. Like just saying like racist, like sexist, homophobic.
He also like fired Nick to start fucking one of the moms of the kids and hired her as the AD. So.
Okay, I didn't know that part. Look at that. Shout out to the mom who became the new AD.
Shout out to the mom that snaked Nick Boats.
Yeah.
and like, so one time I was like a intern or whatever, and there's this girl who was an actress who was like playing a elementary school student. So she was like, elementary school aged.
Yeah.
And she had an iPad, and it was a classic, like, am I on camera? And Lance was like, no, but you need to, like, put the iPad away. And she was like, yeah, but I'm not on camera, so why can't I play with my iPad? And he goes, William, take the iPad from her. And I was like, and he's like, take the iPad away from her. And I was like, okay. So I walk up to her, I'm like, hey, girl, like,
shout out this guy.
Can I borrow this? Can I just take this from you? And she's like, no. And there's a room of like maybe 50 people all just staring at me and this girl. And I'm like, I'm going to put it right here. I'll give it right back to you. I promise. And she was like, no. And Lance goes, take the iPad away from her. No! And I was like, oh, shit. And I just grabbed it. And she's like, give it back. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I'm wrestling this iPad away from this girl. And I like yanked it out of her arms. And this is.
So we're running. It's just a recorder, but.
Oh, and the Yeti?
Yeah, it's just for packing it. We just put it.
Lots of liquor. No liquor. It's
I
was looking for water earlier. It's just like
we would hook you up if we did it.
There,
unfortunately, yeah, it's just for carrying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's Colt's chair, I believe.
Yeah, that's ours. Oh, unfortunately,
$150.
Unfortunately, can't sell it. Yeah, this is. How much did it cost? Oh, sure. Sorry, man.
Can you evaluate?
I think it was like only like $5 or $6.
Oh.
Yeah. Walmart, man. Well, it's not actually technically mine. It's my roommate's. That's why I can't get rid of it.
No, that's your roommate.
What?
$100.
$100 for it?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm sure your roommate would like $50.
I'm not selling it. These guys are trying to sell my shit. These boys.
We'll get you in, Cole. We'll cut you in.
Listen, if you can give me $100 for it, I will give you that chair.
And you say you sold it for $40.
I'll tell my roommate.
You know what? That means you would sell out, Colt.
You're a sellout, Colt.
If you want to, yeah.
You want to join?
Yeah, we got another microphone.
Yeah,
you interested?
You join us?
Oh yeah. We were talking about walking. Tell us about when you walked the 36 miles.
Do you want to actually be on mic?
Here, Andrew.
Yeah.
Sit with me.
Yeah, I'll sit with you here.
Yeah, you can sit in the chair.
Yeah, you want to sit in the chair?
You want to sit in a $100 chair?
What's your name, man?
You want to sit in a $100?
Samuel.
Nice to meet
Good
you,
to meet
Samuel.
Samuel.
This is Andrew, Colt, and I'm William.
Andrew Colt Williams.
Yeah, good to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you, Colt.
Yeah. Tell us about when you walked the 36 miles in a day.
It was a long time ago.
Okay.
I was in the Army.
Okay.
And they loaded us up in a big truck, which was GIs. Drove us 36 miles.
Okay.
Away from base.
Okay.
Dropped us off and we just walked back. Base.
Oh, geez.
36 miles.
Is that for training?
Like, yes.
Oh, my gosh.
They did it about like 4 o'clock in the morning and we got back about noon. So it took
Oh
8
my
hours.
gosh.
36 miles in 8 hours.
That's fast.
How fast? How many miles an hour is that?
4 miles an hour?
I don't know.
Damn.
We stopped one time for a half hour.
What kind of terrain were you on?
All kind.
Okay.
Yeah, all kind of terrain.
Oh, boy.
Through the woods. You know.
My mom always said.
How'd you feel afterwards? Were you?
I was tired. Wore out.
Yeah.
And then-
Your feet tore up?
Nah.
Nah. That's
Wore
good.
boots. And then there was another time where I walked from Ohio, from Cleveland, Ohio, to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in less than a day.
Damn.
Ohio, Pittsburgh?
I don't even know if that's a lot. Like, I don't know how much that is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
how long
a
did it
long
take
ways,
you?
man.
Say less
I
than a
didn't
day.
have a choice. Because I lived in Pennsylvania, and a buddy of mine, he had a friend of mine, he had a job delivering parts. I went with him in his van,
Okay.
but I wasn't an employee. The van broke down. I had to walk home because he had to call the company to come and get him. I
Gotcha.
had to walk. I did that.
Okay.
I mean, it's not easy for
Yeah.
dogs to walk 50 miles in a day.
Right.
It's not hard at all.
Yeah, that's true.
Shout out Griffin, this dog.
Where are you from?
You can probably I'm from Pennsylvania.
You're from Pennsylvania.
Nice.
I'm from a town called West Brownsville.
Okay.
It's about it's about 20, 30 miles southwest of Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So
I'm a Steeler fan.
Oh, okay.
Go
How'd you feel
Steelers.
about last year? I'm sorry. Last year was pretty rough, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't really follow it back.
Okay. Yeah.
I do like him.
Fair enough. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
Big Ben. Go Big Ben.
how many years did you live in Pennsylvania?
Oh, I was born and raised there until I was 19 years old. Then I joined the service.
Okay.
Okay. And then how long were you in the service?
4 years.
4 years.
Very
What
nice.
would you end up doing after that?
After that, I had various jobs, to where I'm really not in too much of nothing.
Yeah.
Just like Griffin.
Yeah.
Like just 50
Yeah.
plus miles a day.
50
just
plus
hanging
miles a
out.
Hey, listen, man. I've never walked that far in a
What
day.
brings you to Austin?
I'm impressed.
I probably walked that much today.
You did?
I'm homeless.
Yeah.
That's my camp back there. I'm homeless. I mean, I probably walk that much around in circles. Going
Yeah.
here and going there. Because I don't have a vehicle. So
Yeah.
Right.
Can I ask you about like Prop B, and has that affected you a lot?
Right, what?
Proposition B that they had. It basically
Not yet.
bans.
Not yet. It hasn't affected me yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have seen, so I'm sure you're familiar with the camp set up on Cesar Chavez by 35.
Yes.
So those I noticed were cleared out recently.
Okay. I guess I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah.
My camp wasn't over there.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I mean, I voted against that, but it's kind of messed up that I went.
Not
through.
really. It's not messed up.
You don't think?
What do you think about it?
I think the people who voted to get rid of the homeless have a valid reason. But you see these homeless people out there. What are they doing? Littering, going to the bathroom on the sidewalk, wherever they want to go.
I don't know.
You see-
You're out there though. You're not doing it.
Right, I'm not.
Yeah.
That's just me. I'm not doing it. But there are homeless people who do that.
What do you
Sure.
think?
I see people dropping their britches and taking a crap right there on the sidewalk. I mean, what person who wants to walk out their home and see a turd
Yeah.
in their way?
What do you think the solution would be? Do you think it's like forcing these homeless people to relocate is the solution, or do you think like government-funded programs are the solution? Like, what would you say would be maybe a potential solution to like fixing the homelessness crisis
Like
in
if-
Austin?
The second one you said.
Yeah.
Government funding.
Yeah, because look what the president's doing. What they doing? They got these illegal immigrants coming over crossing the border. They're housing them, and we got their own people right here living on the streets. If I was an illegal immigrant, and I swim across the border, they're gonna take me in and put me in the house, feed me, clothe me, give me a bed to sleep in, 3 houses, and yet I'm here.
Yeah.
Got a veteran, fought for this country,
Yeah.
and I'm a homeless,
Yeah.
That's not right.
and they're illegal, and they can't even speak English, and they got businesses, they got trucks. They got nice ass trucks. They got cars. They got it all. Yeah, something wrong with this country.
I think there's a lot of like misconceptions about homeless people that like makes like, for example, like I know people who think that homeless people are just lazy and that they you know what I mean, and it's like, of course there are people within a population that are just lazy,
Right.
but like the majority of people, I think if they did government funded programs that helped people get there's how do I say this, statistical like evidence that people who are housed or have a better like they're more likely to get a job and then more likely to pull themselves out of homelessness. So they have programs now where if they'll like, you can apply for where
Well, they're not very good in Austin. Is the problem?
no.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Is they're severely underfunded. But where they do,
There's not really
do
anything in
that.
Austin.
It's like they put you in a home, and then you have a place to clean your clothes, shower, take care of your body and your health, and then you can focus on getting a job. And so it's like if you invest in these people,
That would
they
be
will
that'd be ideal.
yeah, it's
But
not
it's
like
not
you're throwing away
happening,
money.
yeah.
You're investing in people who will then you're essentially investing in an economy because these people will want to contribute to the economy. I think, majority at least.
I mean, I would ask you, Samuel, would you want to, like, as far as homelessness, is this a choice for you?
No, it's not a choice for me.
No.
Yeah.
And when he say that happened to me, that happened. What you just said.
About the putting people in homes.
Yeah.
And then what exactly? Like, where did that help you at all?
Ah.
It did.
Yeah.
I got a job.
Mm-hmm.
I worked a job for a year and a half. Had some girl move in with me,
Mm-hmm.
and she took and then I made a minor mistake, which is a misdemeanor, caused me to go to jail.
Oh man.
While I was in jail, she took my name off the lease.
Oh,
when I got
man.
released from jail, I had nowhere to live.
Oh
So
no.
now here I am on the streets.
I'm sorry, man.
But
Yeah.
but like you say, they did help me get that place. Me, because I was. But anyway, she took
Yeah.
over. So now here I am. Now whether I get a second chance at another home so I can get it off the streets again. I mean, yeah, I'm all for that. But it does happen. It did happen to me once.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I just need a second chance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I hope you get that, man.
I do too.
I really hope that.
Yeah.
Samuel, how long have you been homeless since then?
Since April 2nd.
April 2nd of this year.
Right.
Okay.
That's when I got out of jail.
Gotcha.
I went.
So, what's your day-to-day look like right now and your setup as far as where you sleep, where you get food?
Food stamps, sleep in a tent, right back yonder under this bridge that we're sitting under. Last night I stayed at a bus stop bench because I was in a field, but it started raining. So I had to get up out of the field and ended up staying at a bus stop bench. Before that, tents here and there. I started out on the sidewalk beside the arch, nothing but clothes on my back, and one blanket.
How does the arch? How is that viewed by you? Because from my perspective, it seems like it's not doing a very good job of taking care of people.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
It's really limited, right? As far as how many beds there are.
Yeah.
That's what they say. Because of the COVID,
Oh,
I guess it's
yeah.
limited because of COVID.
I see.
Also, I hear is this true that they take away, like, if you have a lot of belongings, you're not allowed to bring those belongings?
I have no idea. I ain't
Okay.
never been there.
Okay.
Interesting.
Gotcha.
Okay, I see.
They tell me you got in order to get there. They tell me you have to request to be there every single day at 5 o'clock.
It's kind
Wow.
of.
At
I
5 o'clock,
remember.
I could be across town.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. I mean, I remember it was like before the pandemic. I for some reason said I was going to try to volunteer there, and they just didn't respond. I mean, they're not even like trying to get more people to help. It seems like
Jeez.
it's weird. I don't know.
And I got a female back there with me, so I can't really live at the arch because
Yeah.
that'd be to leave her out here by herself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you two meet? How long have you known each other?
We haven't known. She's just a friend. We haven't known each other very long. We met downtown. I had an extra plate. I had an extra plate of food, and I seen her sitting on some steps, and I took a plate of food over to her. That's how we met.
Hell yeah.
Her name is Cecile.
Seal.
Too.
Very cool.
Nice person.
Yeah.
And we've been more or less friends and trying to help each other out.
That's all.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
Sometimes she pays for the food. Sometimes I pay for the food.
That's good. You guys, as far as do you spend every day together now? Do you spend any time apart?
Yeah, we spend time apart. We can't spend. You spend every day. You're gonna grow to not like each other.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that is.
Yep, I get that. I get that. I can definitely not see these guys too much.
Well, Why don't you guys help us out?
You know what? You want to take that chair?
Yes.
It's yours, sir.
Really?
Yeah. You know what?
Okay, cool.
It was great to
$100
meet you.
chair giveaway.
I really appreciate you coming over and talking to us. Yeah.
You only have to pay $50.
No, the chair's yours, full and free.
Thank you. Tell your roommate I said thank you.
I will. He'll understand.
You have to buy him another one, though.
Yeah. Listen, man, we'll figure it out.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Get back
Thank
to
you so
her.
much. Have a nice night.
Nice to meet you, Samuel.
Well, look at that, folks. Our first
That was really cool.
unannounced guest on
Yeah, I
the
know.
podcast.
I like that.
That was
a
awesome.
Nice guy.
Well, I think that's a pretty natural end to this thing.
Yeah.
Unless William, I
So,
do want to ask you one more thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's.
ask
William, do you have
away.
anything else you want to talk about? Obviously, it's been a huge pleasure to have you on here, and we'd love to have you again.
my Venmo
You've been
is
awesome.
at
Oh,
William.
fuck. Shout out William's Venmo.
Shout out to my Venmo. It's literally, this was a lot of fun. I have never done anything like this before, and I can't lie. I was nervous, kind of, because I didn't
Right.
really know what to expect. And like, I've never really done a podcast, and I was worried you guys were gonna ask me tough questions. And
Oh, no.
Well, you're
Really
running
glad
the show, so.
that's right. I am running this,
This
fucking
is
show.
this is the most casual show that's
yeah,
ever
this is
existed.
a lot of fun.
Thanks,
And,
dude.
Yeah, it's been my pleasure.
I think Andrew described it best in our first episode as a shitty therapy session, and we're gonna continue with that.
You're not gonna get
yeah.
anywhere, but
it allows you to have I've got so many friends, especially like friends from high school, where you can't talk about real things.
Yeah.
You talk about the past for some reason, but like with this kind of setting and this environment and this kind of like shared understanding that we're here to like talk about things that matter to us, it allows you to express yourself in ways that you normally might not.
Totally.
Oh,
yeah. Plus, we met Samuel tonight. It was
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Samuel.
I think,
Shout out Samuel.
Wish we could meet Griffin.
yeah, a lot of my goals for this were to have those connections with
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
guests, you know,
Yeah.
and even with Colt and I, and then also just random people walking by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Meet
I
real
want to
people.
make it interesting enough where if you're walking by here, you're like, what is going on? You know?
Yeah.
Wait, you said you had one last question, didn't you?
I was gonna ask you this question. You don't have to answer it.
Okay.
Do you remember the most stressful moment of your entire life?
Yes.
Do you want to get into that?
Yeah. Let's see here.
That's a good question.
The most stressful moment of my life was on the set of the Riverbat.
This is
Shout out to the Riverbat.
shout out Riverbat.
And
Shout
we
out
were
Riverbat.
shooting downtown between the Driscoll Hotel and like this. We were shooting in this alleyway behind the Driscoll Hotel,
Okay.
and this kid who was our DP at the time climbs on top of the Driscoll Hotel to cover like a building light that was like on the side of their building. So they come out and they're like, okay, we're calling the cops. And then they're like, do you have a permit? We were like, oh, no. And then at that same time, this actor, like one of the actors brings his pit bull that has separation anxiety.
Ooh.
And then another actor brings his 2-year-old daughter to set who he had not fed and was sick.
Oh.
And he was feeding her fruit snacks the whole night. And
Welch's
what
or
happened was, we were really stressed and trying to get things rolling. And Max was like, well, I need you. And so the only person who was on set that wasn't doing anything was Bailey. And so Bailey was like the dad walked up to Bailey, plopped the kid on her lap, and then the guy with the dog gave her the dog. And then Max was like, well, I need you, because he didn't really know what was going on.
Yeah.
And it was like, and Bailey was just like, what the? And the baby like had a soggy diaper, and like Bailey took care of this kid, like took it to her apartment, fed it. It was sick. Like it was probably the worst night of my life.
That sounds
probably.
bad.
Wait, you took the kid off set?
So the set was right by Bailey's apartment. She had this like
okay.
sick
But
apartment.
Still, I wouldn't
And
trust.
who was this
stranger
person?
Well,
taking
like
my
This
this
baby.
child.
person, we were like dead. We were thinking about calling Child Protective Services, and we never did. Just that's kind of like something I regret doing. I think just because I was too afraid to like interfere in this person's life, because they didn't seem like they were.
That's wild, man.
They didn't seem like they were not wealthy, but they seemed like they were poor. But it's like even if you're poor, you don't put your kid in this situation. You don't treat a kid like that.
Yeah,
The
no.
kid
That's bad.
It's not the kid's fault, and the kid really suffered.
That's a bad
And
time.
Bailey had to take care of this kid because she was a woman. It was like the only reason, and she was the only girl on set. So the guy was like, "Oh, I'll give it to you." And Bailey played it cool and was a pro, even though she could have just fucking left.
Yeah.
And she like decided to do what was right, and
That's-
it really was like, it was a heartbreaking night on top of it being a stressful film.
Mm.
And also like a lot of the actors there were just like not good people, because we can't pay, so we had to like accept whoever applied.
Yeah.
Like, literally, like we needed 5
Little mixed
dudes
bag.
and 5 dudes applied, and you know what I mean?
that's
Like,
You're all in. Congrats.
yeah, and it was, dude, it was a oof, man, that was probably one of the most stressful moments of my life.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you got to it so quickly. You knew exactly what
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah, that was.
Pretty
It's
awesome.
like I said earlier. It's best to have your dreams crushed when you're like, when you're still like you can bounce
like
back at that age.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
like 17, your dreams crushed. You're living at home, dude. It doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
you're fine.
Yeah,
You know,
Dreams crushed me.
you've got your
Yeah,
whole life.
dude, your
ahead of
mom's
you.
got the dino nuggets.
I've had
in the
so many
micro. It's all
failures.
good.
So many failures when I was like between the ages of 15 and 18. So I've like literally nothing phases me at this point.
That's awesome.
Like, I had the nothing phases me at this point. Yeah. So that's what I was saying. That's my answer.
Hell yeah.
Sick. Thank you.
Thank you
sharing
guys
that.
for having me on.
Yeah,
This
of
has been
course.
so much fun. Like, anytime you guys want me back on, I'm on.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yep.
All
Well,
right.
thank you so much, William. Good evening to all of you.
Yeah.
Shout out Griffin.
Shout out
Good
to Griffin.
evening
Shout out to
Griffin
Samuel.
and Samuel.
Shout out to Max Corny. You fucking
Shout out
asshole.
to Katie.
I'm traumatized by that margarita incident.
Yeah.
That's probably the second most stressful moment. Anyways,
Anyways, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
arrivederci.